porque ando de tweaker, guys. Vengo del pinche canalito, andamos todas de tweaker, guys. Había puro pinche bloque, perro, saca los bloques en el pinche canalito, guys. Hello to everyone, guys. Hello, ¿cómo están toda esta bonita noche, guys? I have a new look, guys. Salí de la pinche pinta. Ya no me gusta ser rubia. I didn't like the afro anymore, guys. So, me hice un poquito un nuevo imagen, guys. Hasta me puse makeup en los cachetotes que tengo. Hello to everyone that's tuning in. Please share, like, and invite a friend to el show de Ruby La Cuachenta. Hello, I'm a handful. Hello, sas. Hello to everyone that's tuning in. Aquí con Ruby La Cuachenta. Hello from Bronzeville. Guys, I am... I'm happy to say that people are confusing me with Kim Kardashian with this hairstyle, guys. Do I not look like fucking Kim Kardashian? Like, at Chile, guys. I need somebody to come tell me the fucking truth. Do I look like Kim Kardashian or es puro pinche corn? Porque todos me dicen, you look like fucking Kim Kardashian. You look like Kim Kardashian. Y digo, sí, me parezco chingos a Kim Kardashian, pero no soy puta como ella, guys. Yo soy todavía apreto. Soy la tweaker, la cuachenta. Hello to everyone that's tuning in. Guys, we have a lot to talk about. Chingos de chisme, chingos de... Oh my God, you look like just like him. I know, wow. Hi, Casa Kevin. How you doing, perra? Igualita, hey, mian. Biches perras envidiosas estúpidas. Porque me tienen envidia. Van a empezar to hate. Puro pinche hater aquí, guys. Te pareces a la... Cállate el hocico. A mí no me compare con esa pinche perra tampoco, guys. Yo me parezco a la Kim Kardashian. A little bit like Beyonce. Kim Kardashian. Ruby Kardashian. Yes, guys. Yes. Es mi prima hermana, la estúpida. Kim es mi prima hermana, guys. I was fucking Kanye West también, guys. Pero she didn't know. Pero aquí le estoy contando a todos ustedes, guys, para que sepan que yo y Kanye West, we had something going todo el pinche pedo. Pero no, guys, on a serious note, me voy a quitar los lentes. Ay, I did a little bit of my makeup, guys. Me miro bien buenona. Okay, guys. Hola, Robbie. Corn dog. Hola, pinche Vanessa Vergamines. ¿Cómo estás, guys? ¿Cómo estás? So I want to talk about Ruby Kardashian just to let you know my son is suffering. Cállate. Oh my God. No, cállate. No. Guys, so I want to talk about, I just saw something and I was like, cut it. Okay, guys, I want to talk about accountability because I've heard in different platforms that people want to give up and people are real sad, people are crying, people don't want to participate, people want to do their own adventures and stuff like that. Well, I want to make this shit clear, guys, that I think it's time for everybody to be held accountable for their fucking actions. I'm serious, guys. And you know that I love Francisco and you know that I care for Francisco a lot. But last night he had a video, guys, and I questioned the video this morning when they sent me clips of Francisco, and we did talk about it. And I don't agree with certain things. We might agree or disagree with certain things. We don't always agree. We've had our fallouts before. We fight, we argue, we kiss, we make out, we're back together and fucking, you know what I'm saying? So he says that he's done with the drama, which is great. I mean, that's what everybody wanted to put an end to it, guys. But when he's done completely, I feel like he's kicking me to the lions. Like, you deal with it now. Your responsibility now. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought this was a fucking team effort. I thought we were in this together. Not like you're totally done and you're going to say, you know what? Good luck to you. And see what happens to you. And I believe, and this is my point of view, guys, and I don't want anybody to get mad because I'm not arguing with Francisco. We are in good terms. But this is what I believe. I'm sure if you need him, he will have your back. Rose, the thing is that he doesn't want to be involved anymore. So when you don't want to be involved, how am I going to go seek for any type of advice? How am I going to go look for you for help? How am I going to look anything for that when you clearly shut the door? More power to you, Ruby. You don't back down. Well, I'm not going to back down from anybody. You know what I mean? So when I'm trying to get a point across here, I believe you're going to end up, doesn't have too many followers. What I'm trying to get here, the point across here, guys, is that maybe he got a little bit shaken up with what I said about what Vanessa wanted to do. I don't know. Um, but the thing is here that I've called Francisco millions of times, guys. I told Francisco this conversation should have been private with him. Actually, see, friend, he didn't have a private conversation with me when he went live last night, right? So pretty much he decided to cut me off last night. That's how it sounded. He even called out RGB Justice, right? So what I'm trying to get across here, already involved No Way Out. Thank you, Miss Painter. Thank you. So that is what I don't understand. Why do you say, you know what, I'm done? You can't do that. Mira, para empezar, and this is not arguing with him, it's just criticizing his life. Um, what I'm trying to get across here is that you initiated certain things, right? When shit hit south with certain things that didn't match anymore, and it was affecting your household, I decided to help you out and take over, right? Because it was affecting your family, your kids. So to this day, I sit back and I say, he basically, so I sit back and I say, okay, why haven't you pressed charges on those individuals who expose your children? You know, what is holding you back? And I'm gonna take off my fucking wig, guys, because I'm gonna talk to you as fucking Jaime. What is holding you back from pressing charges on those individuals who exposed your kids, Francisco? Is my question. Plain and simple. It's everybody's fucking question. Everybody has that question on what is holding you back. I mean, everything's already been placed out there. Everything has already been exposed out there. What is holding you back? You know what I mean? If he was your friend, he would stand by next to you, but he used you. Um, So my thing is, and you know what, Glow, I'm happy that I have you here, Glow, because I would like to address what you did yesterday on contacting my brother, and I will address it here in front of everyone. Let's get this shit straight together, Glow. Like, así como yo hablé mierda de ti, you did the same thing in your platform, right? And now that I have you here, did you tell my brother all the shit you talked about my mother? Did you tell my brother all the shit you made fun of my family? Or you forgot to leave that out? It's a simple question that I have. Because maybe next time you contact him, you send him specifically everything you said about me, right? And if you're going to say, well, there's nothing there anymore, Mamacita, everybody records. Everybody gets screenshots here. So I'm glad you're here with us tonight. And I'm glad you were able to comment. But you had to go say something over there with my brother and try to discredit me or make me look. At the end of the day, he's still my brother. He's gonna get my back. You know what I mean? So I'm just clearing that with you. And that's it. But going back to Francisco here, I'm not mad at you. We're not arguing. We're not fighting. We're not any of that, guys. But I told him straight out that I was gonna talk about his life, and he said that was fine. That was fine. But again, I go back to accountability, guys. Accountability. People need to own up to their fucking shit. People need to say, you know what? Yo la cagué. Yo la cagué. Yo hice el mal. Tanto como yo como otros, right? Because there's more than one who's had a fucking platform and done a lot of fucking shit, right? And that's where I go back to you, Glow, and I tell you, where is your accountability, right? Where's your accountability? Like, you had the opportunity to contact my brother, which is great. Don't get me wrong, right? And I have those text messages. But you should have held yourself accountable, and you should have told him, you know what? I talk shit about your mother. I talk shit about your brother, right? So let's not out there portraying we're a damn victim, because we're not. We were all part of this shit. All of us. Todos hablamos mierda. And so going back to, I think she's calling me. Let me see. I think she called me right now to the 39. Let me see. I don't know if she called me or not. But I think if she called me, she could call me. Can somebody put the other number, my other number, please? Because somebody, and I'm not going to answer. The number to call into your disappointment in him for backtracking. Okay, I believe people can change. I don't think Frank is innocent, but guys, ultimately anybody could change. Anybody could make their own decision on what they want to do, who they want to support, what shit they want to say out there, and what they want to be held accountable for. But at the end of the day, I've said it before. If I was arrested for whatever damn reason they want to accuse me of, right? And other people have done the same thing, and now they're afraid of getting arrested, and they say, you know what, I don't want to participate. I'm not doing anything wrong. I never did anything wrong. It doesn't work like that. And let me just calling, guys, because están cagando el palo, I think. 956. Hi, guys, 956-338. And it goes back to accountability. It goes back to say, you know what? Yes, I did wrong. Yes, so now you're pretty much that's how I feel. That like, am I the only one going to be left hanging out there? Am I the only one who's going to have to deal with this? Of course, I will step it up. There is part of constant questions. I'm new to this page. San Manuel, how are you doing? Answer my call. You're calling to, you could call the show. I'm actually live on the phone, Glow. So you could call the show. I'm not ignoring you. Can somebody give her the number, please? And if you're going to call here respectfully in a respectful manner. Just the way you're seeking for respect, because that's what you claim out there. You have to deal with what your responsibilities are. Yes, guys, but then again, Vanessa, and I go back to Vanessa. Vanessa, what are you waiting for to take action? I mean, and it's not that I want to fight with Vanessa either, but so many times she went live and she cried. She made, these accusations. She said she went through this, she went through that, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is the opportunity to do something about it. Obviously, Raymondville PD is going to pay attention now, right? Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Hello? Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Hey, well, I'm listening to your show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to your live. Okay, first of all, I want to say you do have a beautiful, beautiful family. You do have a wonderful brother. Okay? And he has been trying to help you, Jaime, to not get enrolled in all this bullshit that is going on. And it's all because everything happened because of Ophelia and other people.
I don't want to be mentioning people's names like that in my show. So whatever you're mentioning, talking about, no.
Okay, excellent. We know what we're talking about. But anyways.
So, I mean, the whole point here that I'm trying to get across here is that you contacted my brother. For what reason?
Yes, I did.
For what reason?
I did. For what reason? Because you, after you went out of jail, you started to bash on me again and my company and my lipstick line.
So hold on, time out. Did you tell my brother all the shit you said about my mother? Or you forgot about that? Or did you exclude that?
I never said anything bad about your mother.
Did you exclude those shows? Did you tell him, you know what? We made a mockery of your mom. Did you tell him that?
No.
Did you tell him that you talk shit about me?
There was never, nunca se dijo nada.
Oh my God, there is receipts. Are you delusional or do you have any time at all?
You can play the videos. He can play the videos.
You deleted the videos, but I got the receipts.
No. Todos mis videos están ahí porque yo no tengo nada que esconder, Jaime. Yo no tengo nada que esconder. And he can always go to my page and play any video he wants.
So my question is, did you tell him you talk shit or no?
Jaime.
No, I'm asking you a question. Did you tell him you talk shit? Yes or no?
Lo que yo le dije a tu hermano que fue, alguna vez tú y yo fuimos amigos y después salimos de pleito. Sí se lo dije a tu hermano.
Okay, and did you tell him you talk shit?
Do you one
No, no,
needs
no,
to,
no, 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 no.
I
My
told you,
question
no,
is,
listen to me.
my
No, listen
question
to me.
is,
Yo le
did you
dije, pero
tell
hermano,
him they
¿quiere que
talk
le
shit?
mande yo a usted videos? Y me dijo, no, I have already seen enough.
No,
Okay?
my question is, did you tell him you talk shit? Yes or no?
Defending myself against you,
No, that's
yes.
not what I'm asking you. I said, did you
Your mother,
tell him
no. De tu
you
mamá nunca
talk
dije
shit?
nada malo.
Did you
No, señor.
did
No
you tell
quieras
him you
poner
had
palabras
shows?
malas en mi boca. No.
This is the type of stupidities that I don't deal with, to be honest, guys. Because if she wants to go call someone, you're going to talk to that person and you're going to tell them, you know what? I did talk shit. I said this about you and I said that about your brother, right? But this right here is not being held accountable. She doesn't want to say, I'm going to take responsibility for my actions. Aquí olvídate diciendo, I'm a victim and I'm a victim and I'm a victim. There's no such thing as fucking victim when everybody fucking participated. This is what people do not understand. I hung up on her because she's mentioning people I'm not going to talk about. There's no reason why to me talk about other people. I'm talking about accountability, right? So basically, that's what I'm going to talk about. Yes, she did. She was responsible for your arrest and other people's. Exactly, guys. So moving forward, guys, a person like this has zero accountability. And it is some difference when they fight him with themselves. Why was he was arrested? Everyone, what I miss. So going back to this, guys, Francisco. And I talk about Francisco because that's who I'm trying to address. I gave her the opportunity to talk right. She wants to mention other people. I'm not going to talk about anybody else, but certain topics, right? So I had to hang up for my safety, right? So talking about Francisco himself, guys. Um, there's certain things where now everything's going a certain way and he doesn't want to be held accountable. And that's what people need to understand. You have to be held accountable, regardless of whether you did it 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago. It's accountability. Nothing's going to change. That is why I sit back and I said, you know what? Is it worth me deleting all the shit that I did in the past, all my videos and all my clips and all the stuff? Am I going to sit back and do that? No, because what I did, it's there, it's recorded. They probably screenshot, they probably whatever the hell they did. So why am I going to delete stuff like that? Right? Why am I going to delete stuff like that? I'm not. Right? There's no point. So when I talk about Francisco, he wants to wander off, hide. I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm not participating anymore. Why not? I'm not saying go cagar palo, go fight battles, go fight that, go do this. But remember, you have to be held accountable for your actions. It's so easy to say, you know what? I didn't do anything wrong. Who in the right mind? She's just she going to cry to her brother, but that his child is not grown. Okay, so my thing is here, guys. I'm not fighting with Francisco. I'm not mad at Francisco. I'm not arguing with Francisco, but it's addressing his life from last night. His life from last night was crazy. I don't know if he just doesn't want to be held accountable or doesn't want to deal with the consequences, because everything has consequences regardless. Because when I spoke about what I wanted to do, the movement, many times I said, if I had to get arrested, ni modo, right? Ni modo. And it happens. Maybe he fears repercussion. At the end of the day, whether you feel repercussions, whether you fear the consequences, whether you fear this, whether you fear that, it's gonna come. If it's bound to happen, it's gonna happen regardless whether you fear it or not. You know? And again, it's not me that want to argue with Frank. It's not me who wants to fight with Frank. I support whatever he wants to do. I support he wants to focus on his family. I support he wants to focus on himself. But then again, Everyone's pressing charges. Everyone's crying victim. Everyone's doing this. And I'm just there standing there. And I'm saying, okay, when is it our turn to clap back and press charges? When is it our turn for us to say, you know what? Enough with the BS, right? Enough with everything going on. I hung up on you because you're bringing people que nada que ver, and you're very unprofessional where you don't want to hear it, right? Again, crying victim. Um, so I go back to this, guys. I think what really bothered him, in my point of view, is the fact when Vanessa reached out to me. And Vanessa reached out to me with concerns, guys. Nothing else. Wanting support to go to PD and do what she got to do. She never talked about, I'm going to go press charges on Frank. She never talked about that. Even like that, there was times where Frank would still talk about her children, right? And then Frank and I would talk about it and we would argue about it, whatever, whatever. But Frank would understand where I was coming from. And it was a way to protect him from, escalating things to fighting the different battles or fighting whatever with other people. There was no need to do that, right? And so I know Cecilia's here with me and it's a different topic. But Cecilia, what are you waiting for to press charges as well? I know you and I were very close. We communicate every day. But there's receipts out there where somebody was calling your daughter a prostitute, Cecilia. And you know exactly who it is. I don't think it's right for you to sit back and say, I'm going to wait on it either. And this is the time where I feel, guys, if they came after me, right, and they're still trying to do me wrong, and they're still trying to find a way to hurt me, going to different judges, different district attorneys, calling people, doing this and that, what are we waiting for us to take action? The time is now. All those fake police reports, all them calling to jobs, all them harassing your loved ones, all those times they said I had AIDS, remember? All those times they said that my brothers had molested me. All those times that they would call me a child molester. But they forgot all that stuff. They forgot the times where I was being called a child molester, where they made fake profiles pretending to be me, where they would say that I was molesting little kids just because they wanted to smear my reputation. Digital Dim would clear up my name. CPS was all over me when I would go to Anna's because of their wrongdoing. But the thing is that they want to play victim. There's no such thing as victim here. And I'm not saying I'm a victim either because I talk shit too. What I'm trying to say is everyone needs to be held accountable for their actions. Everyone needs to be held accountable for their actions. And Vanessa needs to be held up for her accountable for her actions too. I need to be held accountable. Frank needs to be held accountable. Manning and the Digital Dimwit did something wrong, and then Rosa did it wrong, or Cecilia did wrong. If anybody did wrong, I think we need to be held for our actions. I'm not saying we're convicted of it. I'm not saying that we're guilty of anything, but I'm still competing and talk to the investigator. But again, guys, this is the type of thing that people need to realize. It's called accountability. And this is where I need to know who stands by my side, who believes in me, who knows that I'm here for the right reasons, for the right intentions. Whenever they would put your mothers out there, it bothered me. Whenever they would put your kids out there, it bothered me. It bothered me whenever they would go after any of your loved ones. That's why I would always tell you, if you're going to participate, put your Facebook private. Make sure you don't have where you work. But I feel a certain way, and I'm not gonna sit back and cry or anything like that. But people go way too far. But people go way too far as in acting victims, where it's accountability. You know what I mean? And thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it with all my heart. I sat behind you and I proved it that day he was arrested. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. And you know, I try to communicate with everybody. I try to text everyone. I try to respond back through social media or whatever it is, but I don't ignore anyone. And whether it's a different platform who's supporting anyone else, I would still answer their call. I took the time to answer Glow's call to have a discussion, not an argument, right? And or you can count on my ability to do what I have to do. This is a leader. We live behind me. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's just why I'm saying, man. And I do want to talk a little bit. The investigator remember told me he can make reports in the town you live, and they will be okay. And I want to talk a little bit about the mayor from Petite, guys. The mayor of Petite has been in communication with Bram, right? And they have a very good communication back and forth. And this is a different topic, but I want to talk about her. Yesterday was her birthday, and I found out about it through Ram, whatnot, and I took the time to sing happy birthday to her. Not because I wanted to make fun of her, not because I wanted to joke around, but at the end of the day, it's maturity, right? And so, we don't have your back, but I believe we won't leave you. We have your back. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's maturity. So I decided to sing happy birthday to her, whatnot. But also, there's more to it. There's more to it. Why I did it, guys. Um, she wants to have a sit down and talk things out in a civil way. And I would not mind sitting down with the mayor and hearing her out and maybe put our differences aside. That does not mean I'm going to be her best friend. That doesn't mean I'm going to associate with her. But I am mature enough to sit down and hear a conversation, whether the person likes me or not. Whether the person agrees with me or not, I will sit down with her. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Jaime, what's up? I'm
Hey,
watching you.
Francisco, how are you doing?
Good. Well, I was gonna call you earlier, but you well, it's fine. But anyway, I wanted to call you so that, well, first I just want to find out if there's any issues between you and me.
I just said there was no issues between you and I. I think it's just this to agree to disagree the way we've done it in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
I think
Okay,
if I had a personal issue with you, I would call you. Yo no tengo pelos en la lengua. You know me very well. Cuando me enojo y te lo voy a decir como es. And I've never had an issue like that with you. In the past, we've argued, whatnot. But, I don't have a personal issue with you.
okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you why I kind of decided to kind of move on, and if you disagree, that I'm open to hear if you agree or disagree. Okay, you said okay. Your title of the show is called accountability. Okay, um, I may agree with you on that. If the a lot of people are saying, well, Frank, it's because you're scared or you're taking a step. You're trying to hide. Like, well, first, I'm not hiding because everybody knows where they can find me. All right, everybody knows where they can find me. Everybody knows where they can reach out to me. It's not like I just closed on my social media and nobody knows where I am. Right.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's not like I'm hiding. I want to get that point across. Now, second, I know people are saying, "Well, it's because he's afraid of police." Well, I'm not scared of no fucking police, dude. Like, if police want to come after me and if they have something against me, dude, like, the police can find where I'm at any. Like, my address is out there. So if the police want to come after me, then we'll deal with the police when the time comes. All right.
Correct.
So I just want to get that. I just want to get that point across. So if somebody wants to press charges against me or whatever, like I can't stop people from pressing charges against me. So if that's what they feel like doing, then I'll deal with that particular situation when the time
Okay,
comes.
so my question is, and my title would be here, we talked about accountability, right? So if any allegations would come upon you, would you take responsibility of any of them? Is my question.
Whatever situation happens with the police, if it happens, then it happens. Like I'm not hiding, or I'm not trying to like say, oh, Jaime, I'm scared. Like I said, people know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, my website. I'm on YouTube. So if the police has to come, then they'll come. I'll deal with it when it comes. Now, the thing is, what I'm doing now, it's not like I just thought about it a day ago. I mean, it's not like it was last week or a month, and and not even with what the event happened 2 weeks ago. With like within these 2 weeks, this is something that I wanted to kind of move on since February. We're almost like in
Well, I
2023 now. Like
remember
this happened.
I remember that you did at one point wanted to move on and you wanted to become a butterfly, or you
Well,
became a butterfly,
yeah, I mean,
but the participation was sort of there to a certain extent. But my question here would go back. You were so concerned about my charge. Why would you be so concerned about a charge that my attorney would be addressing himself?
I'm just okay, because I'm here. Okay, we're friends, right?
We are friends, but you were so
Okay.
concerned about the
So
charge, like
okay,
some sort
so
of a
the reason
guilt. That's the way I
I don't
feel.
have any guilt. I'm just asking because, like, everybody's wondering the same thing. If I ask the question, people are gonna agree with me. I want to know why you're arrested for going to the police and talking to City Hall. That's what I want to know. I want to know why that charge was made. I'm not worried about everybody's got to get arrested. If people need to arrest me, pues what can I do? Pues que vengan a buscarme. Like I'm not gonna be hiding from the police because you can't run for the police. They're gonna find you. I mean, I have family and everything. I'm not gonna say, oye, Carla, ¿sabes qué? Pues ya me voy, and here's like all the money that I have. It's time for me to disappear. So I'm not gonna be hiding from nobody, dude.
Mhm.
So the reason I asked, hey, Jaime, like, what charge do you have? Because I mean, dude, that was pretty weird that you went to Riverville and all of a sudden they charge you for this. What are the basis of merit for them arresting you?
I don't know. I don't ask questions. The only thing was that my brother said he would gonna take care of it, and obviously not to talk about certain individuals, which I have not. I know,
And by the way,
and I'm gonna
uh,
stick to what he tells me to do.
well, no, yeah, I'm glad that your brother is helping out. But I do want to address Cecilia Chavez because she and I talked a little bit today, and she's been throwing shade, all shade. Not, okay, she's been throwing shade all day that I wanted to move on my life, but I was going hard in shadows. Que no se haga la tonta la Cecilia. She's been in this group as también la Rose. Everybody's been in this group. ¿Para qué se hacen tontos? Everybody knows when Ophelia put those shots out
Cállate.
there.
I don't. I'm not. Don't stop mentioning names. And like, don't stop. Don't do that.
No, no. I mean, they're bringing my name up. So I mean,
No,
aquí
but your
estamos.
message. You're bringing up people's fucking names. No, stop.
No, okay. I didn't.
Guys, I'm gonna have to hang up, and I know why I hung up. Not because I want to hang up on this guy, but he needs to understand that there's one person that he's not supposed to talk. No, he needs to understand. Ya la otra pendeja did the same thing now. So I will talk to him right now, my way. You all excuse me real quick. Why the fuck are you mentioning Vanessa? Putting me in the fucking spot. You're putting me in the fucking spot. That's what the fuck you doing. That's why I hung up.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, you have to calm down.
No, but I was explaining to you about what I said, right? It doesn't matter. Just don't say that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay,
Names, but
go.
okay, I'm not gonna say names, but there's people in your chat. They're like, "Oh, Frank, you're hiding in the shadows." I'm not hiding in the shadows because the same people that are saying hiding in the shadows, we were all in this group together, dude. So let's not act like babies and say, "Oh, well, Frank's in the shadows." Those same people, that same person that commented on there, they're hiding in the shadows too. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, this thing that I said recently yesterday, it had nothing to do with you, Jaime. Like, this is something that I kind of wanted to do since February. That person came to my house, and that was like a big wake up call for me. I'm like, man, like this is getting pretty crazy. You
Hmm.
know, so it's something that I wanted to do back then, and then you know, but my name kept my name kept getting dragged into it again, over and over and over. And then my wife, my kids, my wife's family, my mom and my dad and my brother, my sister-in-law, like they just kept dragging my name and everybody else's name through the mud. So I said, man, like, I mean, if I have to fight fire with fire, then that's what I need to do. But okay, so I guess at this point, this is where we're at now. Let me ask a question. And I want you to be very honest, not just for me and not just for the viewers, but for yourself. I'm going to ask you a very important question.
Go for it.
Okay. Do you want to keep attacking this person?
I have
It's
nothing.
a, it's a yes or
I
no.
have
It's a yes
nothing.
or no
Hey,
answer.
I have nothing to talk about. Nobody about that. And again, I'm not gonna talk about nobody like that. And I'm gonna have to cut you off because you're putting me in a situation that no más no. Um, whole point is here, guys, that I have a different mindset, and I'm gonna answer the question my way. Um, my question is he wants to ask certain things, guys, that nada que ver. Um, I guess trying to put me against the wall. But like I said, it's a turning point in life already, right? Where um you move on, but even if you move on, the consequences are still there, right? He just went live and said todos con todos, whatever. Frank is upset. He's going live talking all this shit, whatever. I'm not mad at him again. I'm not fighting with him again. There's no need for me to fight with him again. But he's upset. And he is live talking shit que todos con todos, but no one's here to fight with him. It's just todos contra todos a la verga. That's what he put. Respect and treat the situation with caution. Don't mention. Exactly, guys. And it's not that I want to be rude with him or rude with Akea, but I have to hang up. I'm live on my channel since I can't speak. Well, you could go speak whatever you want on your channel, but I can't speak about certain things. And that's exactly what I had already fucking told you. And you want to put me in a situation where you want me to say things that I'm not supposed to. I don't know if you're trying to do it in a malicious way, but when I stepped out, I specifically told you. And you still have to bring certain things up. I don't know what you're doing. Same thing Ikea. I hang up. There's certain things I can't do. For people need to understand that. Certain people I have to act to a certain extent. But this guy thinks it's a fucking joke and thinks it's funny to bring up certain things. No, it's not. Well, I mean, you're not attacking. You are. How come the question will never work when you attack? You hear me one time. Finish and handles anyone. Very. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa answered the question right there for everyone to know. Actually, people insist that this should have been handled privately. How would you want it to be handled privately if Frank went live and talked about it last night? Frank threw shades at me for no reason. And you were. Just speaks the truth. Oh, he's not innocent. No one. Okay, guys. No one is saying BT is innocent. No one's saying Vanessa's innocent of anything. Vanessa needs to be held accountable for her actions as well. This is what people need to understand. Everybody needs to be held accountable for their actions. That's that's the whole point of the show. It's accountability, right? So, okay. For example, mira. He said that he yeah, I agree. Shout out to Mercedes saying that. I cannot go into details to explain about my conditions. I just said I'm not going to mention names of other people, and that's it, guys. That's what people need to understand. That is what Francisco was truly aware, and that's why I have to hang up. It's not that I want to be rude and disrespectful, but he knows what I can't do and cannot do, and I'm not gonna do something where it's gonna hurt me, and he stays out and I go in. Come on, guys. It's common sense. In that case, I'm not gonna answer no one's calls anymore because it's how am I gonna do that when certain people do not understand? He is going live now. That is fine, guys. He could go live. Again, I'm not here to talk bad about him. I'm not here to discredit him. I'm not here to fight with him. I was here to address his live from last night, and he knew about it. Hello? Hello?
Hello, my friend. Let me just tell you what I see.
Can you
So,
please not mention names?
no, I will not
Thank
mention
you.
any names. I just think you feel like you were left out to dry by Frank. You, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you were left holding the bag. That's the way you feel. And I know Frank. I don't think Frank sees it that way. I think Frank sees it like I still got your back, but espérate, like hold up. Let's just regroup. And you're not in the wrong because I totally understand. It does look like you were left holding the bag.
Right.
It's like we all decided to go steal at Walmart and we left you.
Right.
That's the way I know you feel that way. And to everyone it looks like Frank got away. And ahorita everyone's talking with emotions, like Frank se está tratando de defender, y tú le estás diciendo, but Frank is a natural talker, right? Le
Mm-hmm.
salen las words. He doesn't want to say it, pero le salen las cosas. I think se dan tiempo ustedes, because you guys are awesome friends. You guys are
Right.
good friends. You guys have each other's back. And I've noticed you guys getting into a fight before, and it's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, se me hace que just if you calm down a little bit, pues tú estás bien, pero Frank ahorita todavía anda un poquito molesto, so si le das tantito tiempo, maybe. Pero I
Right.
don't think he's trying to get you in a situation where he's trying to get you in trouble. And
Right.
also también miré que anoche que cuando George Vela dijo, or Frank le dijo a George Vela, but you're a ghost, like tú puedes rayar lo que quieres and it doesn't matter. And it's true, George. No shade, because George is also a good person. I mean, I consider him my friend and everything. But George he can write anything and everything he wants because nobody knows who he is. There's no consequence on George.
Correct.
¿Me entiendes?
Mm-hmm.
So, se ofendió también George porque también George has a wonderful page. He's informative. He's a great person. And it's great. Pero Frank estaba diciendo, dude, you're a ghost. You have no consequence. Nobody knows who you are. You can write. whatever he wants, and he would never get in trouble.
Right.
So, I mean, I just think, we're all friends. We're great friends. I mean,
Well,
Frank is
and
about
I
the
agree.
person
It's the
you
fact
are.
is that we could agree to disagree certain things, but
Exactly.
like when you're trying to put me in a situation, you're trying to bring up somebody,
Sí.
eso está mal.
Yeah.
Cuando you and I, we have a very close relationship, like him, Frank and I,
Hmm.
and you know where I
Yeah.
stand. Why do you insist on doing that shit? If you can't control
Yeah.
your anger, if you can't control your temper because
Yeah.
you have some sort of agreement or disagreement with Rosa and Cecilia, then that's something you
Mhm.
address with them. That's not something you're going to come
Yeah.
address with me.
Yeah. Pero I see what you're saying. Se siente como que your best friend te dejó fucking cagado. Te dejó como palo de gallinero, bien cagado. Y se fue. Like, Frank has to understand that. It's a valid feeling. It does look like you were left holding
Because
the bag. It's valid.
I feel that he should have said, you know what, you and I were going to talk about it. Let's sit down or let's talk about it over the phone. A ver qué
Mhm.
pasa. But then he's like, I don't want to deal with it because I have a family. Because so only he has a family to worry about. Only
Exactly.
he has a household to worry about. Only he has. But what I have doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's why I said, you know what, but I'm tantito, Frank. We're here to be together, and we're here through the whole entire process.
See, see. I mean, yeah. Like I said, yeah, I see your point 100%. Like, este vato me cagó. You're like, well, gee, how are you gonna leave me?
Right.
But I mean, it is just the way it is. Sometimes people will stand with you, to the finish line, and some people will just they help you out, and every so often come in. It's
Hmm.
just that's the way people are. So, but I mean, you guys' friendship are you guys have a great relationship,
Oh, I
both of
know. That's
y'all.
why
And
I'm not.
George,
I have nothing
eso es lo
bad
bueno.
to say about him.
Yeah, eso es lo bueno, que tú tienes a good heart y Frank también.
But
Ustedes tienen corazones de pollo.
y te digo una cosa. I think what really stirred up the pot here was the fact is that I brought up the Vanessa subject, and ultimately,
Mhm,
a lot of us, including myself,
mhm,
has said dumb shit about her, right? So
mhm.
with the retrack, it's like, oh, espérame tantito, like, well, don't touch that subject because that subject could affect me. But at the end of the
Yeah,
day, I didn't do it in a way to affect him. It's just that Vanessa reached out to me and asked for support. Of course, anybody who has gone through what others have gone through, I will stand up for it, you know?
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
mean I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
turn my back against Frank. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go do shady shit on Frank. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go talk shit about Frank either. But the fact is that is why
Exactly.
everybody's gonna be held accountable for their actions.
Exactly, exactly. La cosa es, I mean, we're adults, we get heated, pero I mean, we all know how to put our
Y
differences
por eso te digo, like,
aside.
tanto, no estoy diciendo que Vanessa tampoco es a victim también, porque ella también hizo mal en unos aspectos, también ella cagó palo. O sea,
Yeah,
lo que estoy dando a entender es que a todos nos gustó la mierda, todos anduvimos entre la
mm-hmm,
chingadera,
yeah.
entonces, everybody should be held accountable, including Vanessa,
Sí,
for whatever actions she did.
eso es lo, eso es lo que dije yo when you got arrested or whatever. Yo dije, a mí me atacaron y I encouraged everybody, hey, go fill out a form because there's nothing wrong with filling out a form. What can
Right,
they do other than just ignore you again? It doesn't matter, like whether you go or not. Just at least you tried.
correct.
That way, the way I saw it is, I was doing my little. Yo estaba echando mi arenita de sal. I was just helping.
Hmm.
Y tú sabes que yo no te puedo dar mucho support because of my situation where I'm at or whatever. Pero in whatever I could help, like I did,
Hmm.
and I want you to know that. I won't. Yo no estoy allí physically to help you, but if I was there, I would. And just, I mean, you are in a bad spot entirely. But we all are, porque todos nos metimos en we just jumped in, we didn't give a fuck. It's like, fuck it, let's do it. Y now estamos saliendo todos cagados, like.
Right. And I think he's actually blasting me right now. As a matter of fact, because I grabbed the phone and I saw some of the comments. I think he's actually blasting me, but ni modo. I mean, if he feels he needs to blast me to get whatever he has out of his chest, no hay pedo. If that's what he feels he's entitled to, and that's it. I mean, I can't change it. I can't change what he wants to go say about me, but I have nothing wrong to say about him. I'm actually appreciated for certain things that he did for me.
Hi, Frank. He needs to go. He needs to go home and drink a beer and I don't know, drink two, maybe a vodka bottle. But I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bueno, bye bye.
Love you.
Bye bye. So I don't know if Cecilia wants to what's so not what not to say. So again, we had the discussion earlier, guys. Even when I got out, whatever. Frank and I, Cecilia Roser, we had talked about other stuff. Frank wanted me to do certain things that I couldn't do. So he was motivated to do certain things on his page. He didn't want to do it. That's fine, right? But if I'm asking you not to mention names on my page, it's for certain reasons. Okay? Now, if you want to go mention names on other platforms or your platform, you're more than welcome to do it. I cannot control what you do, but I will control what I do on mine. Okay? And I'm sorry, guys, but things are not what they were before. Before me valía la madre, whatever, do whatever you gotta do, blah, blah, blah. Pero ya no es lo mismo. So, I mean, I could call his show if he wants me to call his show. But again, he's gonna put me against a situation where he's gonna ask me questions that I cannot answer to. But if he has any type of concerns, he could call my attorney and he could ask my questions to my attorney and see what happens. I'm not calling him, guys.
Hello?
Hello, Ceci, ¿cómo estás?
Aquí nomás.
So I'm calling you and I'm going to ask you respectfully not to mention any other names.
Of course, you don't even have to ask me. I already know.
And I want to, and somebody else is calling, so I'll answer right now. But going off, Frank is upset for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
He did call you and said that you and Rose are blah, 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 whatever. I had to cut, and I cut him off not because he called you all out, because anybody could talk about anybody, but because of certain things, right? So, I don't know. He's been very upset. Right now, you need to project yourself. He's been very upset and been bothered the last few days, to be honest.
Yeah.
Pero,
I guess.
Monday, I listen.
I mean, okay, so I mean, I don't know where you want me to start. You want me to start with the Frank drama, or you want me to start with the Frank thing? Because I already had talked to him and told him how I felt. So for him to say that I'm throwing shade, I wasn't gonna put it out there. I inboxed him personally, and if I have to put the screenshot so everybody could see, I already had told him how I felt. So pa que él diga eso, I don't know what he's talking about. And then for everybody to say that he wanted to walk away, he should have walked away a long time ago. And accountability, exactly, like the same thing. I'm not gonna go run and try to press charges on Ophelia, because she's talked about me and personally.
I said not to mention names, Cecilia.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ay, se me olvidó. I apologize. I know. I messed up. Well, I'm not gonna press charges on nobody, but I'm gonna do it for my daughter in accountability. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm sorry because I get too emotional, because it is true. Like, there's a lot of emotions running through with people. Everyone's trying to get to a point and say something, but it's not what it's not. It's something that we should be able to talk about. Like you said, we're all friends in our circle, so we should be able to talk about it instead of getting in our feelings and try to jump into something else.
Right. So right. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we should look at it this way, that people could agree to disagree to certain stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like last night's video he had, we should have addressed it together, right? But he decided to. He decided to do it a certain way, and yo estaba con el culo para arriba, whatever. So I was thought about it this morning, and then he messaged me about 20, 30 times in a row, and I was like, whatever. And that's not that's whatever, but the fact is that I didn't want to argue with anyone or have I'm really worried about you or had any different type of discussions with anyone for it to escalate to something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the
I
day, I don't know what to think because pues todos ahora now, he's upset, you're upset, everybody's upset.
I'm not upset. No, no, no. That's the thing. Like I am not upset. Like I can. I've said. I think from way in the beginning when you started watching, if you go back, I've always said that I can agree to disagree. I can actually have a conversation, and I'll still talk to you. Like even if I don't, if you feel a certain way and I feel a certain way, we can still talk it out. That's part of being adult. Like just because you like something and I don't doesn't mean I'm gonna stop talking to you. Like that's the thing. I feel a certain way, and if Frank felt a certain way, well, that's fine. But I'm gonna let you know how I feel. I'm not gonna stay quiet. And that's the thing. I think he wants me to stay quiet, or whoever feels a certain way, stay quiet and not say nothing. No, I'm gonna voice my opinion. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and that's the problem here because it seems like if we don't feel a certain way, then we don't like oh we're fighting with you or we're hurt or we're against you. No, it's not that. Like I'm not mad at him. He like I don't feel nothing like oh I'm so upset with him or I'm gonna tell him something. No, that I just told you how I felt. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like I'm letting you know how I feel. And I even with you, Jaime, like I let you know how I feel sometimes. You let me know how you feel sometimes.
Right.
Do we stop talking? Do we
Hmm.
like not be friends anymore? No. That just builds our friendship and makes our way we communicate even stronger because we're able to disagree and still be able to come out of it.
Right.
But apparently, like some people can't do that. Some people feel like it's their way or the highway. Like if you don't, if he noticed you didn't do it, and I mean, so okay, I felt a certain type of way. He did it, okay, but I'm still gonna tell you how I feel. Ni modo que no más, you're not gonna make me eat something I don't want to eat just because you like it.
Right. 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 Right.
And
Right.
I
So I know that the people are putting here that he apologized. Hyman Frank said he is sorry for mentioning names. He doesn't want you in
yeah.
trouble, so he says he apologized. Um, I
No,
think
no, and I'm sorry too, of course. Like I don't know, it's just like you start getting into the emotions, like you said, and you got to sit back and think about it. And I apologize for saying that. And I think I've been the biggest one. Like let's move on from that. And like even now with the accountability, like
right,
yeah, we all need to step up to the plate and say like, hey, this we all played the game. And here it is. Unfortunately, you're the only one who lost today on this game, but it could be me tomorrow, it could be somebody else tomorrow. We're all at risk. We all played. And
right.
and and now everyone's like oh let's walk away from it. No, like it's not over, the game's
I
not
think
over.
I think this is, and I'm gonna put it to you this way. The fact is that I still have certain things pending, right? And I
Yeah,
and regardless whether we want to move on and close the chapter, whatever, I can't move on totally move on because I still have certain things pending, and everybody knows what it is, my arrest, right? That doesn't
yeah,
mean I'm gonna go hate on people. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go talk shit about people. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go bash people anymore or whatever. But the whole point is there's certain things that are still there, and
yeah,
I still have to get my ducks lined up and whatnot. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, no, yeah, no, no. I completely hear you, and I hear what you're saying. And I mean, I respect like you don't want to talk about it anymore. And I apologize for saying the name, and I shouldn't have. But we just have to move on from it, like you're saying, and just stirring the pot within ourselves is making it worse. But that's why I feel like if you have a problem with someone personally, you message them. Don't be out there talking about like I think we've all done it. Like we should just talk to them. Like everybody's saying for you and him, you and Frank to talk. Like that's what it's gonna take. But you feel a certain way, I feel a certain way. Everyone feels different.
Right, right. I mean, let me call you right back, Cecilia.
Okay,
Right.
okay, don't.
I know someone's calling, guys, but I gotta step out real quick. Hold on, guys. Give me a minute. Sorry, guys. I had to make a real quick call. Um, I'm gonna ask you something real quick, guys. That y'all, if y'all cannot respect what I'm trying to get across here, about mentioning certain things here, I'm gonna have to block you or not allow you to participate because it's for my own well-being. Um, you're right, because we want Ruby. We just need to stop being um. I want to thank everybody that was here. I mean, through your skits, love seeing you. Can we miss? So, I'm gonna end this live, guys, and we're gonna go live again. We're gonna go live, and we're gonna do skits. We're gonna do comedy and stuff like that, guys. Okay, I love you guys. Appreciate it.